Oh my god. I cannot believe I read 4 books in February. Like, new record for me. I take absolutely ages to read books, but February must have just been my month because I got through all 4 of these books and I was just going to tell you all about them and what I rated them and whether I'd recommend them to you. Hey everyone, it's me Holly, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you the books that I read in February. And I just wanted to put it out there, in January I said my goal of the year was to read 5 books, but I've just gone and read 4 in 1 month. I had no hopes for myself, like I had no goals really. Like I thought I was only going to finish 5 books in 1 year. As a reader, I am like a slow reader. Like my attention span is not it. So if you are like me and someone who will pick up a book and think, oh my god, I'm going to start reading more, and then you just end up never picking it back up again, there is hope out there, because I got absolutely captured this month by the books that I read. So yeah, let's just get into the video. Okay, so I'm going to be showing these to you in the order of which I read them, just because it makes more sense in my brain. But the first book of February, and also of the year, because I didn't read anything in January, so a bit of a slow start to the year. But the first book of February was The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. I love this book. I will admit I did try and read it last summer, so I did get about 30 pages in, but then I actually properly read it in February, and I did actually really enjoy it. I think I'd give it 3 out of 5, like if I was rating it. My ratings mean absolutely nothing, it's just personal preference and what I enjoy, so don't take any of this seriously, but I'll just explain what I loved and all of that stuff. So I got this book because obviously the series came out. I haven't actually got around to watching that yet, but I really wanted to read it before I watched it, just because I feel like it gives me a little bit more motivation to actually read a book. And I also really love the cover of this book. I don't know, like loads of people don't like it when real people are on the front, but I think this one is like one I'll let slide, because I just think it looks so pretty. But yeah, I think this book is so fast paced. It got me out of a massive reading slump literally since, like, you know, as I said, I didn't read in January. I don't think I read in December. So like it got me out of a huge reading slump because it's just so quick and easy to read. I read it in about 3 days. So like it is very easy to read. I think it's also really easy to follow. It's not like you have to go back because you've missed something. Like it was just such a really nice and easy read. Put the timestamp on the screen if you do not want to get spoilers about this book, so go to the time on the screen. I personally did not like that she kind of at the end of it kind of got with Conrad. Not that she got with him, but like I think it was something about the ending was that she got in the car with him or something, and basically that he chose her, I guess. I don't know, but I think it did depict very much like teenage crush, like first love type thing. Like I think that's very clear and actually written very well. But I just don't like Conrad. I haven't watched the series yet, so maybe it will change if I watch the series. And I also haven't read the other books. Is there like 1 or 2 more? I think there's definitely 1 more I don't know about. I personally prefer Jeremiah. I've never said that name out loud, only because I feel like he was a lot more respectful and just very nice. But that's just personal. That's just me personally. But I also think it makes sense that she didn't want them to actually end up together. I think how she wrote it was perfect. It's just my own personal views that I don't like Conrad as much. I'm sorry everyone. Hate me. The next book that I read was, oh my god, such a standout book, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I just don't even... 432 pages, so I went from one being half that size to then this one. And personally for me, when I see a book that's big, it does scare me. And I mean, is this really that big? Probably not, but it does scare me a little bit. But this book is a 5 out of 5. Like, oh my god, everything about this. I don't really read many like, not scary, but like thriller books. I don't read them. I'm just for romance books. This was such a refreshing, not refreshing because it was low-key traumatic, but like it was so good to like steer away from that and read something different. I just loved uncovering this like mystery, and I do love like a murder mystery. I really, really enjoy Only Murders in the Building is like a really, really good show that I love. So I do love that kind of like murder mystery, like whodunit. And this, following Pippa, I really, really like that because she's my age, I think. Or maybe, I think she's my age, 17, I swear she is. But like, I just felt like having this young girl, seeing how she navigates this situation, which is a very heavy topic, but she like goes for it, all for her EPQ, which I love it. And you are left curious the whole time, like until the end. You don't know what's about to happen, and I feel like there are parts of this where you're literally on the edge of your seat, like you don't want to put it down. I literally don't think I put it down for a while. I spent hours on this, and I did read it in 3 days. Similar to The Summer I Turned Pretty, even though this is literally so much longer. I can't wait to read the rest of the series. I've kind of not done it yet. I haven't bought them yet just because I'm a bit like, I just need this to settle down in my brain first, because I was just so high, intense emotions reading this. But yeah, spoiler part is going to go in here. Go to the time on the screen. I probably will have a button as well that you can press. Okay, so spoilers. I absolutely adore Ravi and Pip's relationship. Like, oh my god, we're at the end, that whole ending bit, I actually can't deal. And I love how it wasn't the main part of this book. It was like just a bit on the sideline, and I think that that's what made it even more like, I obsessed with it more, because it's like you hardly get any like major moments, but it's like, you know, that it's kind of there, if you get what I mean. And also, I did not expect either those two. Like, okay, when she started to suspect it was Elliot, I was like, do not do that. And just all of a sudden in my brain, like, as she began to like get curious about it, think about it, and then kind of know deep down that it was him, in my head, like, suddenly his character just switched. Like, I saw him as a really lovely, like, guy that you barely even thought about for the book, but then all of a sudden he just switched to be this like monster. The whole ending bit, which I did not suspect, her sister, that was crazy. And I was literally thinking, oh my god, I didn't know there was more in this series. So when Pip was going through that little moment, I thought, oh my god, I'm not witnessing her die right now. Do I stop the book? Like, do I stop reading? But yeah, I adore this book. Then we have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazlewood. I think this is a 4-star read, I think. Do I want to give it 4 stars? Yes, I do. I do want to give it 4 stars. Maybe I'm going to change The Summer I Turned Pretty to maybe being like 3.7 stars, because they're very close in my head in like how much I like them, but this one just a little bit more. I read The Love Hypothesis last year. I did kind of enjoy The Love Hypothesis. I think Olive and Adam are lovely, and this Ali Hazlewood is very good with her tropes. Like, every book has like specific tropes which they fulfill, I guess, and you know what they're going to be by just like reading the blurb. So in this book, this is Jack and this is Elsie. Elsie is in a fake dating app thing and helps out his brother by pretending to be his brother's girlfriend. So there's that whole thing where it's like, they should not actually be together, because it's like, it makes no sense. Like, there's so many odds against them, but obviously looking at the cover, you know what's happening. And I also think that's kind of like bold as well. Like, she always has like the main love interest on the front, so you know what you're getting into, and you kind of know what the storyline will probably be, because if you've read The Love Hypothesis, it's pretty much the same like narrative, except for the plot is completely different in a way. But I actually think I preferred this one to The Love Hypothesis, only because I think I love that it was from Elsie's point of view. I love that we could see her thoughts, and I think her character is very lovable and adore her so much. I think I prefer Jack to Adam. So sorry guys, I'm sorry. I just think he's very much a gentleman, and you guys should definitely read this book. I don't really need to do a spoiler part to this because it's not like I can say that they didn't do that because it's on the cover. The only thing I don't like about Ali's books, which isn't really her issue, it's mine, I don't like all the like spicy scenes. Like, I just don't need it in a book. I prefer like closed door romances, which I'll probably get onto in literally a couple seconds. But obviously that is a main part of the book, which a lot of people do read it for. And I mean, even in those scenes, you kind of do still get to see who they are as characters. So it is still interesting to read anyway, but that's the one thing, like, I personally don't need it in a book, but some people need it in a book. Do you know what I mean? Final book I read in February. I read this book in one day. Guys, what the hell? Never do that. I never can do that. And I just have to absolutely praise the Lords for blessing this earth with Lynn Painter, because The Do-Over by Lynn Painter, oh my god. I actually cannot deal with Lynn Painter. Like, I'm just not a normal person if anyone brings up Lynn Painter. I have a deep connection with this woman, and she doesn't even know who I am. Like, okay, before I talk about this book, my favourite book of all time, so much so that has to stay on my desk as a permanent fixture. It is like, it's got its own shrine in my room, better than the movies. This is the most incredible book I've ever read. 6 stars, don't even care. Like, I am obsessed. I still think about it every day. I have a Pinterest board for it. I love Wes, I love Liz, and I think I've spoken about it before. But all I just want to say is, Lynn Painter, the woman that you are, I adore you. She does rom-com books like nobody else. Like, her books are rom-coms. Capture that essence of like teenage romance in a book just so well. And she also has, oh my god, don't even get me started. So I'll talk about this book in a minute, but she has playlists for her characters, okay? This woman is everything to me, because I know fans would have made playlists anyway, I guess, but she's doing it, and I like to know what songs she thought about the characters herself personally as she did create them. Anyway, let's actually talk about the book. So this I would give 5 stars because I adored it. Didn't love it as much as Better Than the Movies, but that was obvious because nothing can compare to Better Than the Movies. But The Do-Over is basically, the plot is, it's Valentine's Day for the main character. Do not even make me forget her name. Emily. Oh my god. So it is Valentine's Day for Emily, and she is a very much like planner, plan everything out, control your own life. She likes to have everything under control. So she's got this perfect Valentine's Day planned, but it does not go that way, and it's just horrendous. Okay? She goes to sleep at her grandma's house and wakes up, and it's the same day. It's still February 14th, Valentine's Day. It's like sort of like time loop thing, and I kept thinking, like, how is this going to work in the book? Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, how is she gonna write that? But she writes it so well, where it's like, you're not getting bored that the same thing's happening. Like, it's always interesting, and if anything that isn't relevant, it gets cut out basically, and you don't even think twice about it. I just think she writes so perfectly. She writes so beautifully. I love her so much. Her writing, it just comforts me. I'm currently reading Betting on You by her, and it's just, I can catch like parts of her writing which she does in every book, and it warms my heart. Love heart. Yeah, love this book. That is every book that I read in February. Oh my god, I had such a good reading month. I'm just going to quickly show you one book that I'm really excited to read in March or maybe April, depending on how quickly I can read. Powerless. I saw this on TikTok and I just got it because I was like, why not? Let's see what it's about. I don't really do fantasy books, but I think this is one. I just wanted to see if I switch up a genre, maybe I'll still enjoy it. I just wanted to see kind of what I do enjoy, I guess. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this, and I'm currently reading Betting on You, as I've said, by Lynn Painter, and that's been really good as well. So yes, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please do consider subscribing. That would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.